Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Hoop. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Hoop this November chilly morning. Yes. Oh my goodness, can you believe that we are 1 week from today away from Thanksgiving?
No. It snuck up.
Yeah,
I swear, September lasted forever, and now we're in November. That's how fast it went.
For sure. And as you can imagine, because of the holiday, we will be here next week for Inside the Hoop. We're just going to forget our families. No big deal.
That's right. We got you.
No worries.
No, as you can imagine, we are not going to be here next week for Inside the Hoop. But please join us November 30th, the following week, for a whole lot more fun. We hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday with your family, as we will ours as well. So there you
Yes,
go.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
and the food and all the
Yes.
things,
What's your get to know you question you have this week?
Well, the question that we want to ask you is, what is your favorite pie?
Ooh.
What about you guys? Kim, what's your favorite pie?
You know, I guess I'm not totally a pie person. I'm more of like a pumpkin cheesecake person.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that
yum.
counts. That counts in my book.
Okay, that would be my go-to.
Yeah.
Ginger?
Pumpkin cheesecake. I love a coconut cream pie.
Okay, you got me there. I would agree. Yep.
Like,
sure.
I love all the fruit pies. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin pie, but I love, like, lemon sour cream and meringues and all those yummy kinds of things. So.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay,
Ginger
well,
stole mine. I probably would have gone for coconut too, but I'm like Ginger. I like the cream pies.
Yeah.
I do like pumpkin pie, but
Yeah.
not so much like the apple and cherry. I can leave that behind.
Yeah, definitely. There's always that one pie that makes you go, what is that?
The raspberry.
What is in that? I don't know.
It is good, but do you know what's in there?
I know.
No. Could you say
Well, it's
what's
kind
in
of
it?
like the mincemeat pies. Like my
Exactly.
grandma always used to make mincemeat pies. To this day, I
What
still don't know
is
what's in
that?
a mincemeat pie.
And I doubt it's meat.
Someone out there. Someone out
help
there's
us.
got to know, right? Let's take a look at the
Hey,
comments.
Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin, what are some of the comments that are coming in from our viewers?
Yeah, so we have a rum and pecan tart.
Okay.
You had us at wrong.
You notice how we all go, ooh, and perk up at the same time? Okay, that's a winner.
Here's
What
another
else?
one that I haven't ever tried before, but this one is a coconut pie.
Okay.
Yes.
This is coconut. All right.
We're getting some rhubarb strawberry pie.
Ooh, yeah,
another
that's
classic.
good.
I don't
Yes.
think I've had
Yes.
a rhubarb.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
it's so good. My grandma would
Wade's
make
mom
those
used
too.
to make it.
Okay. All right. What else?
Peanut butter pie.
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah. Put a little chocolate in there
Yeah,
too.
all right.
Good combo.
Yeah.
Can't,
Can't
go wrong.
with peanut butter and chocolate.
And an apple crumble pie.
Okay, I could
Ooh.
probably get into that.
Okay, so maybe I am a pie fan.
Yes, we're just not eating the right pies, right?
Uh-huh.
We need to eat different pies.
We were just thinking too narrow.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's always fun to hear back from you as to what
Yes.
you're loving, what we're loving. You know, it's just those little get to know you questions.
I
that we
love it.
Love so much.
Yes.
So before we go in dive too deep into today's topic, Ginger, you had some fun last week on Inside the Hoop
did.
with your project. Why don't you go ahead and give us a little recap on what you
What you
did
did?
and
Okay.
what you taught?
Okay, so I took the apothecary jar that was our buy a block last week, so you can find that on our digital download library, and I put a little twist on it and made it Christmas. So I filled it with some fun Christmas things and did a confetti border with Christmas colors. So it was a lot of fun. And if you missed that episode, you can find it in our show notes or on our YouTube page and still watch that and see what I did. It was a lot of fun.
Now, the real question is,
Yes.
has the binding been put on?
Not yet. Here's the deal. I was telling some other friends in the office today that I was a little frustrated with it, so I had to go stand in the corner for a minute.
Yeah.
And then I can maybe look at it this next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's
I
always
have
a
faith
good,
that you'll get it done before Christmas.
good
Yes.
thing for
Yeah.
sure. And
Yes.
will you do us a favor, and everyone else out there watching? As you heard last week, she does decorate her kitchen like gingerbread.
Yes,
Go
I do.
figure,
Yes.
ginger and gingerbread. And you're going to plan on hanging that up there. I would love to see pictures
Okay.
of all of your decorations.
Yeah,
Don't you
please
think?
share.
All right,
Plus, that
I-
puts the pressure on you to.
To get it done.
Get it
Yes.
done.
Okay. I will take some pictures.
Okay.
I plan on decorating over Thanksgiving, so I'll get some pictures. So when we
Okay.
come back on the 30th, I'll have those for you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay,
I
you
love it,
heard
kids.
her.
Yep.
We're going to hold her
I'm
to it.
committed. Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's got to do it.
That's
Yes.
great.
Well, lately you have probably noticed a lot of projects coming from Kimberbell with the word stuffies in it. And so today we're going to talk about some of those and what that entails here at Kimberbell. We
So-
just had a new set that came out
Yeah.
that is our nativity stuffies, and I think we have a picture here to show you those.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet.
Aren't these the cutest?
Yeah, they come in 3 sizes, and there's the whole multiple of them. You've got Mary and Joseph, the
you have the whole
Wiseman.
set. There's
Oh.
some more images.
The
thing-
camel, the
yeah. Oh, I know.
donkey.
I'm always partial to the camel. But the thing that I love most about these is they are great for little hands.
Yeah.
I always tried to have a set because my kids always wanted to rearrange
Oh,
and
yeah.
reposition. It was always fun to see who got to hold baby Jesus. Sometimes the donkey was snuggling with them instead of Mary and Joseph. But I love that. And this is a great set for those little hands that want to rearrange and play with.
I love it.
Yeah.
So very fun.
And then last year we had a set come out that was called the North Pole Stuffies. And look at those.
Oh my goodness! You see, let's see, the snowman, the polar bear, the elf, and of course everyone's
Yeti.
favorite.
The Yeti.
Yes.
Yes.
Those
But
are as sweet
just
as can
so
be.
fun and so cute. These are also made in 3 different sizes, and they are available as an immediate download at kimberbell.com. But here are some cute images, just the different ways that they were used.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can see all those
Garland,
different
that's
sizes.
so cute.
Yeah, with these, the stuffing was taken out of them. Look at those.
Oh,
Those are
ornaments.
stuffed ones on a wreath.
I love that idea. Yeah.
But you
So
can have a
very fun.
lot of fun with these.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's the
that's
3 sizes.
Yeah.
Adorable.
But anyway, they are so cute and so fun and so many different things that you can do with these. So,
Yeah. So, well, I think this lends itself to, the topic today. As we show those stuffies, and especially that polar bear with the minky, we thought we would dive deep into this wonderful world of machine embroidery with plush fabrics. And oftentimes we think of those plush fabrics as minky or what others might call cuddle fabric from Shannon Fabrics, but it can be a little tricky to work with sometimes. And so we wanted to give you our tips and ideas today for how to work with that so that, when you're doing your machine embroidery and you're making stuffies like those or any kinds of minky or cuddle projects, that you have success. Now, we're going to do that as well as share a little bit more towards the end one of our heartfelt initiatives here at Kimberbell that we started about 3 years ago, and that is called the Kimber Bear Project. Some of you may remember that. We're going to be talking about that a little bit and how you can also receive a free download for one of those projects. So, lots of
near and
things
dear to our hearts.
share,
Yeah, lots
for
of fun.
sure. So before we go into that, let's go ahead and share some of those helpful tips on embroidering with Minky. And as I compiled this list, I thought, okay, what has been my experience with embroidering with Minky or cuddle fabric? Because again, because of the plush, the softness, it just kind of shifts a little bit. So based on my experiences with it, I came up with some ideas on our top tips. I also did some research with our own product development team and said, what tips would you give? And I think, we've come up with quite a few that we hope will help you on your next project. So in order to talk about this today in a little bit more fun way, I thought, let's do like a round robin type of segment, so to speak. And we are just going to, take one of these tips
I love it.
and we're going to share it one after the other, just kind of in a rapid fire type of way.
Let's
so
do
are
it.
you
Let's
ready?
go. We are ready.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
shake them up good.
in no particular order, here are Kim and Kimberbell's favorite tips for embroidering with cuddle or minky fabric. All right.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm going to take one. All right. Da, da, da. Are you ready? If working with a plush fabric that has a long pile, such as fur, it can get messy. Have a lint roller handy for cleaning. It may be messy, but oh, is it worth it? Wouldn't you agree with
Yes,
that?
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, the long fur pile that does make things oh so cute, but oh so,
So
messy.
especially if you're
Yeah.
wearing black.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Shows
not
up
wear
good on there.
Maybe not wear the black
Okay.
sweats in the sewing room. Then.
Tip
Yeah.
number one, out
Yeah,
the door.
there you go.
All right.
Woo!
Okay.
Okay. Notice the direction of the nap of your fabric. You can find the direction of the nap by brushing your hand across it. If it lays smooth, then that is the direction you are going for, compared to if it is standing up when brushing your hand against the fabric nap. Some patterns will have you place the direction of the nap a certain way, so be sure to take note if it is called out on the directions.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, that's
Let's
Okay,
think about
Kim,
this.
do you want to show us?
Well, I'm grabbing our little Kimber Bear that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But if we go according to that tip, if I rub the hand across here, I know that it's going to lay nice and smooth.
Yes.
Because this is the direction of the nap, right? Whereas if I went like this, do you see the difference?
But look how
Yes.
cute that is.
I
kinda like
come
him all
on,
messed
it's
up.
so adorable, right? But certainly when it comes to like putting all these pieces together, having the nap go in the direction that the directions call for really is helpful. So anyway, if you're ever wondering now, what is the nap? Just rub
Well,
your
and I'm
hand across
guessing that
it.
throughout the project, you would want the nap all going in the same direction.
Yes.
I
Oh,
like
it
it.
just makes me want to start.
I know, you just
we're
wanna
going on all these.
pat everything.
Okay, what about this one? What's the nap? What's the nap?
Yeah. Okay. I
Okay,
like
we'll
that
get to
tip.
those
Hey,
later.
Tip number 2.
Okay, tip number 3. Slow down the machine. Lowering the embroidery speed maximizes the chances of fabric shifting. Plus, it gives the needle more time to work its magic without causing any trouble.
I like
So
that.
a
just
good
slow
one.
it down. Slow
When
it
in
down.
doubt, slow
Yep.
it down, right?
Yep.
I like that. I think that can that can
Okay,
apply to all
another one
kinds of
down.
things,
Yeah,
right? Oh,
okay.
next in the round. All right, coming in.
Okay.
Here we go. When stitching on top of a plush fabric, use a wash away topping on top and then stitch the design. This will keep your stitches from sinking too deep into that plush fabric. Plus, it keeps the fabric from getting caught in the needle or under the presser foot.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
a really great tip.
It
Yeah.
is, and this is a good time to talk about the difference between using what it says in the tip, which is a wash away topping, versus a wash away stabilizer. Have you ever wondered about
What the difference
the
is?
difference
Yes.
is? I know sometimes we get those confused, but I want to make sure that you're using the right one for the right reasons,
project.
right? And the
Yes.
right project. So in this case, as I said, use a wash away topper on top. That's more of like your plasticky film
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
thing. It looks like a plastic bag almost, and it can tear away, it can wash away. You can even use iron away topping. We have them all.
Right.
But like it says, it's going to keep your stitches on top instead of sinking down too deep into that plush.
Oh, that makes sense.
Plus,
Because you still want those details.
well, yeah, you want the details. And the other problem is if you have something that has too long of a pile, it might get wrapped up in the needle or caught underneath the presser foot, and that is not a good
No,
day,
not what
right?
you want.
That's when you put your machine in timeout, right?
Exactly. You're like, no, I have to do it later.
Yeah,
Gotta walk
it
away for a
happens.
minute.
So use wash away topper.
I
Now,
like that.
the
Yeah.
wash away backing or stabilizer is what you would put behind when doing something like lace or something.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
Okay, this is a really great one too. Always test your design on a scrap piece of Minky before going for the real deal. It's a quick and easy way to make adjustments and ensure your final project looks perfect.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with testing.
No,
I know. Always just test one before. Okay, here's another one. Remember to keep your machine clean. Minky produces a lot of lint, and we have talked about that, but so regular cleaning is essential to avoid thread breaks and other hiccups.
great idea.
Well, yeah, along with that lint roller, you got
Right?
you can imagine the stuff that's
Well, I'm thinking
getting under
about,
there.
we know how much gets on the clothes when we're working with
true.
it.
So what's getting in the machine?
Exactly. You can only imagine what's going into that machine.
Okay, toss. All right, next. Okay, there's a couple more. Here we
All
go.
right.
All right. Aha, this is a good one.
It's okay.
Choose embroidery designs that are not overly dense. Dense designs can cause the fabric to pucker, and the plush nature of Minky can make it difficult for dense stitches to lay flat.
Oh, I like that.
I
one.
like that. That's a good thing to think about.
Just think about your design, how much,
you don't want-
denseness
Yes.
is in there.
I like
And you're
that.
good. Okay, toss.
Okay, I like this one too. Secure the edges. If possible, use a basting or adhesive spray to secure the edges of the Minky fabric to the stabilizer. Or even better, and less mess, use the Kimberbell paper tape.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
This can prevent shifting and ensure that the fabric stays in place during embroidery. So I think that's a great tip. And
Yeah.
of course,
Those are-
we love our Kimberbell paper tape for all kinds of projects.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Kimberbell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are some great tips. That really helps
Yes.
I hope so.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
As-
given me some tips because the
I haven't
Yeti
braved
is
this
next
yet.
on my
Okay,
list.
I was going to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
little Riker
Yes,
needs a little Yeti in
does.
his life,
He's
right?
Very much does.
I think we need a picture of that too.
Okay. Well, I got a lot of projects to do. You guys, I
pictures
didn't
that
I
we're
know.
asking Ginger for are keeping her accountable.
know. Right.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
Plus, we're all a little obsessed with Riker. Let's be honest.
Yes, we are.
I love it. I love
So
it.
there you go.
Okay. I love it. Thank you, Kim, for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. So when it comes time to doing your next project, now you've got all the tips ready to go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
so there we've shared you some tips. So let's go ahead and kind of look at the real things.
Yes.
We've
Let's
shown
do
you a
it.
few, but let's look at all of them. So
Okay, where do we start?
I know. Let's start
right.
at the beginning.
let's
Oh, actually, it was.
but
Okay, let's start with Christmas. You're right.
Because we're
You're
talking
right.
about the Yeti and how much we love him.
Yes.
And
And just look at him.
this is one of those moments where you go, who cares about the mess?
Right.
Because
The
it
messier
is
the better for
worth
him.
it. Look at the see what
so
I mean?
cute.
I know, he's
Fibers,
so cute.
but so darling. Look at
he's
him.
so
And
cute.
these come in three
Three
sizes.
sizes.
Yes.
So there you go.
So the large, medium, and small.
Yeah. I think you need them all though.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I know last year, didn't one of our employees
Like a little
make one
Yeti
with, like,
family.
rainbow
Yeah.
yes, with the-
fur
Yes.
that she found? I
Yes.
thought that was
It was so
darling.
cute. There's so,
So
many
fun.
possibilities. You can have a
Yeah.
lot of fun with these.
Yeah.
So many different fun colors.
So you could certainly do it with a type of plush fabric that's more, more solid, a
Right.
little bit more smooth. But come on, what
Oh.
about that fur?
I mean, that's what makes him, right? It's like
I know.
the crazy fur.
okay, so,
So
that's
cute.
one of
We
them.
love,
So
we
that's
love our
one.
Yeti.
Now we grabbed we grabbed a multiple of sizes in all the different options that you have. But how sweet is this polar bear?
I know.
Oh
With
my
his
goodness.
Cute little
I'm so-
scarf.
He makes me think of the Diet Coke bear.
Of course, that's what we would think of.
Squeeze, right? I mean, can you just
Oh, but
picture
look how
this?
cute.
He's so sweet.
Yeah,
I love that his little
this
scarf is
guy.
even embroidered on.
Oh, it sure is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, and
so
this
cute.
is one of those that definitely is,
the plush.
a more soft plush fabric, and I bet you could see the nap if you start rubbing it,
start rubbing his
right?
tummy.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that one. That also, of course, comes in three sizes, so never fear. We've also got the sweet little snowman, and this was a hit last year. This was probably our
Cute.
best-selling one last year because, I mean, we just love snowmen, right?
Love that, and I feel like when we do that, we feel like we can extend it a little longer. It's
Yeah.
not just for Christmas. The snowman can show up in January, February.
Yeah.
Heck, in Utah, it can last till June.
Longer for sure.
So we really love our
So
snowman.
adorable.
Yeah, and that, of course, also
His
comes
cute
in
little
three
earmuffs.
sizes. And then this one, Little is always so cute,
Oh,
yes,
right?
adorable.
So while this comes in three sizes, the elf as a 4x4, are you kidding me? I think that's
cute.
a 4x4. Yeah, 4x4, I think. Maybe someone can fact check me on that. But isn't
Oh, he
that
is
little
so
guy
cute.
so cute too? So these designs, in particular, these
Yes.
North Pole stuffies, they are available, as you mentioned, as a download. You can buy them all as one download, but when you go to that product page, there's also the option to actually choose maybe just one of those designs in the 3 sizes. If you're just like,
Right.
no, I'm sold on the Yeti,
Yep. Yep.
or I'm sold on the Elf, or whatever it may
Right.
be. But you can save a little bit of money by bundling it all
And
together
getting them
too.
all.
So it's
Yes.
all on the same page. Just make sure you choose the right option when
Yeah.
you go to that.
Love it.
Okay, Kim, what else do we have over here?
We got to talk about Felix the Fox.
Oh.
No.
Felix the Fox.
He's
Look at
so
this.
cute. Oh,
him.
you guys. And can you see his? Oh, see
at
there
his
we can
tail.
see his little
His
tail.
tail is just too cute. This is something we did in partnership with the Shannon Fabric Company because they are the ones that make this
The cuddle.
gorgeous
Gorgeous.
cuddle fabric.
Yes.
And look how
Oh.
soft.
He
You
is
guys,
so
sweet.
like
he is.
Deanna and I have been over here trying not to just.
Yeah, they became our therapy animals
He's
this morning.
so adorable.
Yeah.
so
So
cute.
there's
We
that.
love, we love Felix.
Yeah.
And then, of
there's a
course,
coordinating blanket
Look
that
at
you
this,
could
you
make.
guys.
you can embroider him.
And
Now-
it is just as soft as Felix is.
And you
It's
can
so
buy these in
cute.
kits from Shannon
Yes.
Fabric, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and in quilt shops. So if you're looking for this specific blanket, yeah, this is something that's only available through quilt shops and Shannon Fabrics. And then we do sell the little design for the applique of the fox as a download at Kimberbell. So check that out. But
I'm just gonna say, I think
I'm a-
Christmas time is a lot of people start announcing that they're expecting
oh,
Yes.
Christmas time.
surprise.
So, you know, those new grandmas out there.
Can I tell you something funny about this guy? Okay, and the fox. So I have 3 children. Okay, one is one over there. Well, they're all out of the house now. I don't have any grandchildren, but guess what I have?
What?
3 boxes of these
Because
kits.
you know it's going to happen
Because
someday.
one day I will be a
happening.
grandma, and I
Yes.
want to have them on hand before these sell out.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
so
Absolutely.
you look in my closet in my sewing room, and I have 3 Cuddle Buddy boxes for the
Just
fox.
waiting.
Well, yeah,
Just
why
waiting.
would
I'm
you
just
not?
waiting.
Yeah, just waiting for the
So
time.
maybe if you're hoping to have grandchildren,
Yeah.
Just get the box
get
and
the
put
box
it on the shelf.
right? And you can do that project
Manifest
when they're
it out into the universe.
And then I'm ready to do that embroidery version of the little fox himself.
Oh,
So
it's
pretty
adorable.
darn cute.
Okay,
And
Kim,
then finally,
we have to talk about the bear and
The bear.
the sweet project
Okay,
that
go
came
ahead.
with him.
here we showed him a little bit earlier because of his nap, but how sweet is he? Go ahead and Ginger and show this blanket. Oh my goodness. This, my friends, is the free download that you can receive at kimberbell.com
So cute.
for how to either machine embroider this bear.
Right.
Wow. Or how to sew it. We have directions
There's
for
both.
free
Yes.
for both. And
And then-
isn't he so sweet?
You can get the little design for the blanket as well.
Yeah.
And you can do that heart in pink or blue or purple, like whatever
color.
color. Oh,
And there's also I've
So
also seen
sweet.
different colors of the bear too.
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
seen different plush fabrics that have all you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
and this is a kit from Shannon as well.
It is. It is. So you can actually download the design for the bear itself, but if you want the kit for the fabric blanket, then definitely find a shop out there that carries
Okay.
that
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
So I think now would be the perfect time to tell you a little bit more detail about the Kimber Bear, why we did it, what's the purpose behind it, how you can be a part of this too. About 3 years ago, as I mentioned earlier, we created this initiative for the Kimber Bear in hopes that you would download this free design and gift this special something to children in need. We have talked about, the children in foster care or children being taken from their homes, maybe in a domestic violence situation. There's children who, are going through really difficult times, whether it's a fire or whatever it may be. We just want to spread a little hope, a little joy, a little sunshine out there, and we know you do too. And, there's one thing I know at Kimberbell, and that is because of the experience we've had with all of you out there that machine embroider or sew, you love to use your time, your talents to bless other people's lives, don't they?
Yes,
And so anytime you have that opportunity to do that, you're doing it and you're shining through it. We just wanted to add to that a little bit in hopes that you will do it with the Kimber Bear Project as well. So this is just a little something that we put together. Again, you can do it on your embroidery machine. You can do it on your sewing machine. You can do it with families and friends and embroidery or sewing groups, church groups, you name it, all for a good cause. And during this time of the year, as we are, heading into Thanksgiving and we're counting all of our blessings, what a more perfect time to share the Kimber Bear all over again with each of you. So with that, I want to show you a video that we created a few years ago that just has just as much meaning today as it did then on the why behind the Kimber Bear Project. Let's take a look.
When my daughter Sid was going through treatment, this kind of thing was so important. Childhood cancer is a life-changing diagnosis. It's scary and especially lonely for a kid. You have no idea how many children spend an entire school year in a hospital instead of a classroom with their friends until it happens to you.
Our mission is to uplift struggling families and foster youth by providing necessary items that no child should have to go without. Little Lambs assembles comfort kits to distribute to DCFS offices and other partnering agencies for children who are transitioning into foster care and emergency shelters. We love homemade items. Pillowcases, quilts, blankets, and charity bears are just perfect additions to our comfort kits. Children are just going to love the Kimber Bear.
Children leave home and take nothing personal with them. We can't imagine their fears. Every child that comes through the shelter receives a warm bed, food, clothing, their own blanket, therapy, and 24/7 love and care. Often the road to healing begins with the simple gift of a stuffed toy that they can call their own.
The gift of compassion seems inherent in our industry. What begins as a desire to create naturally develops into an eagerness to share what we have made. This is the true joy of creativity. Kimberbell Designs has partnered with Clover, Shannon Fabrics, and Fairfield to create the Kimber Bear for charitable giving. The Kimber Bear pattern is free for sewing and machine embroidery. We invite everyone to join us in making these bears for donation to children's hospitals, police departments, fire stations, child and family safe houses, or homeless shelters. While you may personally make any number of Kimber Bears for donation, we know serving together is twice blessed. If you are a shop owner, consider inviting customers to your classroom for a day of stitching. Quilt guilds and embroidery clubs could set a goal to finish a certain amount of bears for that local shelter. I can picture it now. Baskets of bears made in our sewing rooms will be loved by children who are sleeping in a hospital bed or have no bed at all. This is just the beginning of the Kimber Bear story.
You guys, we're over here weeping now.
I know, it gets me every single time.
Every time. Yeah, I've seen that video, so many times over the years as people have shared it on social media. So grateful for that and spreading the word about this project. And it gets me every time. And so anyway, we hope that we can, help bring Kimber Bears to children all over the world. Whether they're within your own family, that's good too, or within your community. It's all good things. And as I was thinking about it, we're going to be getting together with family over Thanksgiving here this next week. And oftentimes, families come together from long distances and maybe they're looking for that special project to do together after Thanksgiving dinner or the day after Thanksgiving, and they've done their shopping or whatever. And I think what a more perfect project to maybe beforehand, as the machine embroiderer or as the sewer, actually make all the parts of the bear. So you make the limbs and you make the head and such, but then gather that family together.
Oh, yeah.
And as you saw in the video, have the children stuffing the limbs and
Yes.
stuffing the tummies. And then maybe some of the adults hand stitching some of the limbs or sewing them on the machine.
Right.
It really could be something that would bring the whole family together, and then maybe continue that process by then going forward in the community and donating those bears.
That's a
That'd be
great
amazing.
idea. I love that
so
idea.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that things like that just not only are you helping someone else, but it's an opportunity to bring your family closer together. It's
Right.
something.
Right.
Absolutely.
And experiencing the joy of creativity. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Okay, well, I love that idea. But as we close today, let's look at a machine embroidery tip from one of our viewers, Cindy Leek. And it says, my tip is to slow down your machine when embroidering on wash away, stabilizer, or stitching out lettering. That's a great,
I love
great
that
tip,
tip.
Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
And then we have another one here from Lisa Stevens Summerfield. And she says her tip would be to have your machine on the slowest speed. We've talked about that a lot today,
Yeah.
haven't we? She says it always helps my block look great. And I think once again, just slowing that down. Sometimes we just are in such a hurry to get through it. But sometimes the best way to get the best out of our projects is to just slow it down.
Well,
Yeah.
and then your machine and maybe your project doesn't have to go in timeout.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to be thinking about that this weekend as I
Yeah.
start embroidering. I'm like, are you being a good
You
girl
better
right
behave
now?
yourself or you're going to go to timeout. Don't make me put you in timeout.
Exactly. The goal is keep it nice and slow, right?
Yep,
Slow and
yep.
easy there.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside the Hoop. We will certainly miss you next week
Yes.
as we all celebrate with our families the holiday weekend. But join us November 30th for another episode of Inside the Hoop.
Yes.
Until then, keep doing what you love and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye.